What is up? What is up? Happy Wednesday. Sean and Lacey live here just as we are each and every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Come one, come all. We're giving away $600 today.
$600.
What's going on with this?
What do you mean what's going on with that?
All right, let's get this all dialed in here.
There you go.
Yeah, what's this? I don't
There's
want
the
that.
people.
I don't want that. What's
You're
going
gonna
on?
have to have that.
Shoot.
What do you need? I can do it on my phone.
I can't see the 1, 2, 3, 4 people on.
Oh, that's how many are in the chat.
All right,
so
guys.
Change this to live chat. Usually I man the computer.
Right. And then usually right here it says all my friends.
Yeah. That's okay. Well, I will find
It's
it.
showing me lots
here.
of golf videos.
Yeah, well, shocker. Well, good. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're going to get Sean squared away and get us rolling. We're super excited tonight. We are giving away $600 tonight. The pot is getting really high. So you all in the chat have a bigger chance of winning currently. I love that, right?
Hey, Dave Pascal made it. Lisa McCoskey made it. Albert Moraru. Shoot. I don't say that very good. Well, I hope Albert wins.
I know.
Paul Rakowitz. We got the Weises here. Everybody's rolling in. Hello. So great to see you, everybody. We're approaching the midpoint of the year. And you guys know what that means in Black Diamond Club land. That means halftime adjustments. I got all geared up in my Pacers 2024 All-Star jacket just for you because we're talking about halftime adjustments here on the Sean and Lacey
I thought
live.
you got in that because you were cold.
No, it's the middle of summer.
That makes that's great. I love the halftime adjustments conversation. And don't forget, it's an Ask Me Anything. So get your questions ready. Make sure that you get your question in the chat. We're following along in the chat. I've got it on my phone just in case something else happens on Sean's computer. Anything that you want to ask us that's in our wheelhouse, we are open and transparent and ready to give you some answers. But first, before we get started, as always, we want to know who you think is producing the show tonight. It's been pretty quiet. No sounds. No anything.
No sounds.
No sounds. Who do you think it is? Who do you think it is, friends? I'm just curious. And while we're waiting to see who your guesses are, let's go ahead and bring up our first announcement. What do we got going on? Producer? Ooh, abundance and overflow. We were just talking about this. I can't even tell you how excited I am for this workshop. And it's so interesting because I know that a lot of people are really in a season of needing to break through some limiting beliefs and limiting mindsets around money and want to make sure that they have the knowledge in advance or to utilize in this moment to be able to know what to do with their money to leverage their money best. And like we always tell you, we are bringing the top experts in their field to talk to you about just that, including us, and talking about breaking through limiting beliefs, which I have had a lot of fun talking about over the last couple of weeks doing my 90-minute workshop.
And usually when we're here, we have no more rooms. But I heard today there are rooms until when?
Luke got a couple more rooms, and he got the date that you have to sign up for them, reserve them, extended, let's say Sunday.
Sunday night?
End
of Sunday?
Sunday night. I know that a lot of you are asking for rooms. I know that some of you are room swapping and doing all the things. But if you want to get on the room block and save yourself some money, and actually at this hotel, it's significant, the savings, get our room block
Otto got in yesterday. BFE Adventures keeps forgetting to register. Hey, let's do it now. Let's just get it done. It's going to be amazing.
We've got registrations coming in. I mean, we had a bunch of registrations come in today.
You gave the thumbs down sign, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Boo for not registering. You can do it. Does that work?
I don't know why that did that.
No, that's super strange. All right.
Otto got a significant savings. He saved money with Geico. Way to go, Otto.
Geico's got your back.
And Ted Vicky, unfortunately, is not going to the Open, sometimes known as the British Open for all of you fans. So he's going to be making it. That's great
Ted,
news.
I'm sorry you can't go to the Open, but we're very excited to see you. So
yes. What else is
your loss is our win?
What else are we promoting here on the show? The Shank Dilly Cup. Well, Ted, if you're not, Ted's been wanting to play golf with me on Wednesday. On Wednesday, before Abundance and Overflow, we're playing Hermitage Golf Course. You know, hey, Roger, no, we don't have tees longer than the black tees. You don't hit it longer than 140 yards anyways.
He signed up.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye. That guy. We're all going to go and get tons of, well, I hope he's there. I was telling James today, we need content. We need content with the Hermitage guy. So we're going to go out there and we're going to play some golf. It's going to be tons of fun. Landon Dirksen signed up today. Landon
I love
I mean, if you want to get in Landon's foursome, Landon is the attorney.
Did he sign up for the Shank Dilly Cup too?
Yes, he did.
Oh, wow.
And Landon is the attorney to many of Nashville's artists. Probably has some pretty good stories.
That's very awesome. I love it. Well, good. Let's just have the producers show themselves because it looks like nobody guessed who our producer is tonight.
Maybe they think he left.
Oh, Josh!
Josh!
What's up?
Nobody ever guesses. No one ever guesses.
Nobody ever guesses.
Nobody
Josh.
ever guesses. And it's sad because you could potentially pick the winner tonight. You know, you would have hoped
Yeah,
that they
no
would have
love
guessed
for
it was
Josh.
you. No love for Josh, you guys.
It's all good.
It's Josh.
We'll keep the pot growing.
That's right. Hey, when it gets to $700,
then people show
come
up
out of the woodworks.
Yeah, people start showing up. Then tonight we got 35 people watching. 35 peeps. That's all you get.
I got to tell you, Josh and I were just talking about, I don't know if people have questions about this, but before the show, Josh got this killer office that he's seeing a lot of his credit repair. Can I call, is there like the right way to say that? I didn't know if there was like.
His credit repair.
Yeah, it's credit repair.
Yeah, it's credit repair, but I know there's all these new rules and stuff like that. So
lots of rules.
All of his credit repair clients out of this office, and we were talking how important it is to have the ability to go to an office and work, like change your environment.
Oh, for him.
Yeah, just in general.
For the rules, a lot of people are getting scammed because he's got to bring those people into the office to be able to help them, right, Josh?
Right.
Yep. Got to meet with them in person.
That's right.
With them in person. Don't be falling for those people that are scamming you. Make sure if you're getting some credit repair that you're able to visit with your credit repairman or woman.
Credit repairman.
In person.
I like that. The credit repairman. So good. Anyway, we were talking about how important that is to change your environment sometimes when you're working. And I think that that's really just an important concept. And I just wanted to bring it up because probably out there, somebody's listening to this and you need an environment change to change your mood, change your attitude, change your creative state, change your vibrational state, whatever it is. It's pretty powerful how just moving from the place that you're so conditioned to work in can change a lot of things. So random tangent.
I love it.
That's what we're doing tonight. It's Ask Me Anything. It's random tangent night.
Well, Josh's background looks great. Yeah. I can't even see that far, but it looks great.
All right, Josh, what else we got for announcements?
Yep. Let's see.
That is our Crew 52 member of the week. Who were we just talking about?
Teddy Pink Socks Vicky. They call him Teddy Ball Game. They call him Teddy Pink Socks. They call him Two-Tone Teddy. They call him the Dean. And we are launching his book, Launch Squad. Hit that QR code. He's going to be on July 11th at the IDEA Conference.
No, he's going to be with us.
No, not on the 11th.
Oh.
No.
Gosh, I'm in.
Jeez Louise.
He's going to be at the IDEA Conference on July 11th.
He teaches fitness pros who know fitness but don't know tech. If you are in the fitness industry, you need to be connected to Ted. If you know somebody in the fitness industry, you need to connect them with Ted. Hey, everybody, let's go. Hit this QR code. Let's give Ted a little Crew 52 support. We're picking 52 BYS or BDC members, and we're highlighting them each and every week. inside of our Crew 52. There's 52 members. They're highlighting each other. I was just talking to Rhonda. Rhonda was like, I don't know why people don't do this themselves. It's such a huge, massive benefit locally. It works even better locally. You should be doing this on a local level, highlighting. She was like, man, the people that are a part of our Crew 52 on a local level, man, they just are so into it. They hype each other up. They get the word out about each other. There's 52 weeks in a year, 52 people. We draw names randomly using the digital canasta. We feature that person on everything that we can, and then they feature each other. You should do the same thing locally. It's been huge for Rhonda. It could be huge for you, but you just got to take action. I was like, yeah, that's what happens, Rhonda. A lot of people, for whatever reason, they just have a hard time like doing things, and that's really tough. Is there anything else that we're
what else? Do we have any
about?
other announcements? Oh, well, that's kind of a cool frame.
Oh,
it's
hey!
the Get Book Solid show every Tuesday. Hey! Every Tuesday with Sean Dill, Lazy Book, David Meltzer, where we talk about the fundamentals and the concepts of book solid, getting book solid, and we bring on special guests to talk about how they do that in their business.
Hey, if you help people to get book solid, you're a coach, you provide a digital service, you help people with podcasts, whatever it is, we'd love to have you on as a guest. And hey, if you do something super special and you're like, hey, I have the coolest thing in the world, if only more people knew about me, we'd love to have you as a guest. You've got to reach out to our guy, James, producer James at blackdiamondclub.com. Let him know that you're interested in coming on the Get Book Solid show. We've had a bunch of amazing guests, mostly coming out of the Book Yourself Solid group, coaching group.
Even
highlighting
with
all kinds of cool
tech
stuff.
Hiccups and internet issues.
We haven't had tech
not
issues.
us, but in the show, it still turns out to be a phenomenal show with great content. So
yeah, it's been amazing. And by the way, for those of you that want more time with Lacey and I and David Meltzer, we're hosting the None of Your Business podcast coming up July 15th, SoFi Stadium. We're going to be out in LA. We're going to be hitting up the Rolling Stones concert a couple days before. We're hanging around and recording the None of Your Business podcast. We're looking for some more guests if you want to be a part of that. We also have some mastermind opportunities that you can get in on. Same thing. Hit up James at blackdiamondclub.com. He's booking our guests, star-studded, absolutely amazing guests dropping in. You could be amongst them, hanging out with them in the green room, making connections, developing relationships. I got to tell you, these are people that get paid big time money, right? I'm excited about this roster of guests coming along. Of course, we're going to be sharing them with you. If you are a listener of the None of Your Business podcast, make sure that you have subscribed to the podcast, because you're going to love this lineup of guests coming out. You'll see it on social media, but you can be there live with us Monday, July 15th. Beautiful SoFi Stadium. That is the place to be on July 15th. There's going to be some mastermind component to it. There's going to be Lacey and I and David rocking the podcast. I mean, you'll get to see us work. There's a lot going on. It's going to be like a 4-ring circus. We've got so much stuff going on, tremendous value for any of you who can commit to getting out there with us. It's going to be amazing. And thank you, Paul.
Say that date again.
July 15th, I said.
July 15th.
Monday, July 15th.
That's where we'll be.
Rolling Stones is on Saturday.
I know.
Mick Jagger running around.
It'll
Rolling
be a fun
Stones,
time.
SoFi
Mama
Stadium.
Book will even be there. It'll be
Mama
a good
Book's
time.
going to be there. Holy smokes. Hey, everybody. Tomorrow night, just want to remind you, I'm rocking this super cool Pacers jacket, the NBA All-Star game, in honor of the NBA draft tonight. We're all anxious to see who the Pacers pick. But I don't know. Josh will have to tell. I don't think they even have a first round pick, but they might go Bronny James. You never know. I know that's who Josh is hoping that they'll pick, old Bronny James, bringing him to the Pacers.
Everybody likes Bronny James.
And then, hey, tomorrow night, don't forget, I want all of you guys to know at 6:00 Eastern time, promptly right at 6:00, I'll be turning on the television to watch the United States men's national team take on the Cañoneros from Panama, followed by the main event of the evening, 9:00 Eastern, Biden versus Trump. Let me know in the chat. I want to know, what do you think is going to happen? Give me your best presidential debate prediction. Biden versus Trump tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I want to know. Give me the bombshell. You tell me what you are predicting
The
is going to happen.
bombshell.
Maybe will they come to blows? Will there be a nanner? Will they? What are they going to do? What's going to happen? Is everybody going to be on their
I was
best
like, what does that even mean,
behavior?
come to blows? It took me a second for you to realize that those two guys might
Yeah,
get in a fist fight.
Biden said last debate, he was like, "Come on, man, I'll whoop your butt." Like, I don't know what he said. He said something like that. Are they going to give Biden the questions ahead of time? Is he going to be looking down? Is he going to have some stuff written on his hand? Is Trump going to show up and be calm? What do you think is going to happen? I know people are popping. Someone's going to have a heart attack. These guys are old. Biden's going to be a little senile. Man alive. Well,
everybody's popping popcorn to watch the show. At least that's what we know.
Trump will be funny. He's going to go with the comedic side.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I got to talk to Major Ed Polito today on the Lead to Win show. And, Major Ed's a veteran and a big patriot. And I was actually surprised, to be totally honest with you. He said he just wants to see them speak to the country. He doesn't want them to pander to their, to their supporters. He's like, so he hopes that Trump doesn't just, pander to his base because his base is already with him. He's hoping that Trump will speak directly to the American people. He said the same thing for Biden. He wished both candidates the best of luck. He wants to see who can best unify and lead the country. But oh my gosh, this is going to be just, it's going to be absolutely crazy. Definitely.
Empire Longevity says Trump will say, "Joe, pull my finger," and Biden will. Oh,
Vicky says, I think Trump will try to address issues and then lose his cool when Biden pokes at him. Well, that's definitely
we got a question
one
too.
of the strategies. Definitely that has been floated out there, is that apparently they're already trying to figure out. There's billboards that say, "Donald, welcome to Atlanta. Your first visit to Atlanta as a felon." So they're putting stuff all over the place, see if they can get under his skin. And we were talking today on the Lead to Win show about pressure. Can you imagine the pressure on these two guys? It doesn't matter what you think about either one of them. The pressure to perform tomorrow evening as they pursue, the position of office of the president of the United States of America. That's a big, big job.
I mean, the one thing, though, is that these guys both have been doing this for a lifetime, getting in front of the camera, answering questions. Like, I always think about that when we watch golf. Who's going to crack under pressure? Who's going to lose the lead? The people that have been in the situation many times over, they know how to win, right? They know how to perform. And both of these guys have been performing for the majority of their life. And so it'll be interesting to see what they do.
You said you have a question?
We do. We already have a question from the audience.
Okay.
The rest of you, get your questions ready, please. Okay. You guys went over culture with your team and it was super helpful. How do you establish a culture with your clients?
Oh, well, I think it's very much the same way. So that's one of the things too, I think that people don't really think about in advance. It just kind of happens. I think you're smart if you think about this and you establish, how would I like to work with people? I mean, it's completely up to you. A lot of people think that it's not, but it's up to you. Like, do you want them to call you? One of the things that we've done, I'll be very vulnerable and transparent. And this is not known about us. This is only known about us on the inside. Most of the people in the chat are going to be like, "What? Like, you liar." But
where are we going with this? Lacey wants to know.
We're actually too nice to the people that try and step all over us. We allow, right, by this culture, we allow people to get away with more than they should because we're nice. And then what happens is, other people are like, "Oh, they're so mean and they're all about the money." And then inside, people that are on the inside are like, "Oh, I see what they do. And oh my gosh, you guys should probably, what is it called? Like, defend yourselves, stand up for yourself. Like, why do you let all these people walk all over you?" But that's culture. And as part of that, we were like, "Hey, let's not do that anymore." Because that's a decision. We don't have to do that. And we were like, what do we get by doing that? Because what happens is we get walked all over and the people still say we're jerks. So like, why get walked over? It doesn't help us. Like, we think we're being kind and compassionate, but it's not really helping. So you define, like, do you want people to call you at midnight? Do you get paid in pesos?
I want to say that
Do you have to pay ahead of time?
to bring context to that, I think that what's really, really what you're saying is exactly what I was thinking. Culture with clients comes from boundaries,
Ooh,
right? And I
boundaries.
think that that's probably the West. I can't talk tonight. The best way to describe it is that culture with clients come from boundaries. Culture with team comes from mission, vision, and hand holding, right? A little bit more like, this is what we're creating, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it. So that creates culture in team, but boundaries is what truly creates culture with clients. And I think for us, that was one of the things. We didn't have very strict boundaries around how we wanted to help people and how far we were willing to go. And I think that that was what created the culture of people knew that we would forgive, money owed in the past, or let them out of contracts, or those other things, because we didn't have tight boundaries. And so when you're working with your clients, you need to establish what kind of experience you want them to have. And then in order to maintain that level of experience, you need to create the boundaries within the way that you deliver your service or your product that allows that experience to be maintained. Because if there's no boundaries, the experience is all over the place. And when there's no boundaries, your team cannot transfer the culture that you're trying to create either.
I love that. I also think that within the boundaries, so absolutely, I mean, it's impossible to refute that, but within the boundaries, there's also like how
Mm-hmm.
I want to operate. I only want to communicate with people via Voxer. That's part of culture.
Right.
Or I only want, I mean, and that's not necessarily a boundary. It's just like, this is how I want
It's a
to do
framework.
this.
Yeah.
I want to work on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. And so, listen, you guys need to understand that on Tuesdays I'm going parasailing. And that is a boundary in a way, but it also is how I
Mm-hmm.
want to work with you. I had a brand new client, like, and listen, this is what we teach you here. I had a client unexpectedly drop off, a one-on-one client, and I was saddened by that. And 24 hours later, we had that spot filled because we actually have a wait list. If you would like to be on the wait list, you're like, wait, there's a wait list, and a lot of you are on the mental wait
I
list. Like,
actually
I
have a
can't.
spot. That's not
Oh,
true.
you have a spot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you want to be, well, if you want to work with Lacey tomorrow, or you want to get on the wait list with me, reach out to Natalie at blackdiamondclub.com, Natalie at blackdiamondclub.com. We want all of you, though, to have your prospect pool created in a way that, you can bring on clients when you want to. That's part of culture.
Yes.
So is the culture, hey, Sean, I want to work with you. Wave the money around. He'll grab it. No, that is
No,
not the
yeah.
culture, because I will get to, if you are, a lot of people do that. Like, well, I'll work with you when. Oh, I wish I could. If I could, I would. And
Mhm.
it's that's not part of my culture. Like, one of the other things I tell everybody is part of our culture and the way we work with people is we need for you, and it's team and clients, but the world revolves around you. You
Mhm.
need to understand that. In this case, the world revolves around me, or in Lacey's case, the world revolves around Lacey. That means you are allowed to set your boundaries, right? So sometimes you have clients that are like, I think you need to take care of me at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
Like, no, I don't, because the world revolves around me.
Right. And then the culture needs to be defined as, it needs to have a framework and a boundary as, I get back to you within a timely manner, whether that's
Yeah.
24 hours, whether that's next day, whatever that is for you. That helps create the culture. And then you can decide if your clients are enjoying the culture and you're enjoying the culture. And if there's a mismatch or you don't feel good about it, you just shift the boundaries to redefine the culture. It's that easy, right? Well, I wish it was that easy, because the reality of it is, it's easy to talk about the boundaries. It's much harder to hold to them. And so if you're really, really, like gung ho on creating a culture and like making sure that it is the same from one person to the other, then you've got to hold tight on your boundaries. And that's the hardest thing for all of us, because we're human and we have hearts and we have sympathy and empathy and souls, and we want to help people in the best way that we can. That's what we do. That's why we're all here. So sometimes those boundaries get, blurred, but the tighter you hold to them, the more consistency you have in your culture. All right.
I always wondered, and I just saw it in the chat. I always wondered, like, So Ted Vicky worked at the White House Fitness Center for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 presidents. And I was like, I wonder what happened. Like, did he get fired? Then I realized what happened is that we brought in like 80-year-old presidents and they don't work out.
Maybe they don't work out. But
They
the
probably got
White,
rid of the fitness
it's
center.
not just for the president. It's for the staff.
Yeah, but
and
if
for
the
people
president doesn't want it, I mean, I heard
nobody's
that
that
I
would
heard
be like
that
the worst thing
I
ever. The
heard that
president
Joe
got rid of the
Biden was
fitness
I heard
center.
that Joe Biden was practicing standing.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's the true story.
Sean, you're going to get us kicked off.
That is absolute true story. I heard it, that he was practicing standing.
See, Ted Vicky said it's for the staff.
Oh.
The president has his own individual
Donald Trump eats
workout
McDonald's
room.
and
Yeah.
Philly cheesesteaks. So I don't
Mhm.
know. Maybe his staff's like, we're not working out. He keeps feeding us
Well,
McDonald's.
who else has a question? 11
No,
years.
I want to talk about and presidents. It's for
Should
them.
we draw one name?
No, because I want to, before we do that, I need to just make sure, because this is super important to Lacey and I. A lot of you that are on here already know the whole deal, but on Monday, we will obviously drop Halftime Adjustments podcast inside of Black Diamond Club. Halftime adjustments is critical. So many of you don't take the time to pause. In fact, we talk about halftime adjustments on your day. There's so much stuff out there on winning the day. There's so much stuff out there on morning routine. Well, how many of you have ever started off your day? You did your whole morning routine. Everything was going good. Got in your car. I know this happens to you a lot.
I was just going to say, are you describing me right now? Because this is not nice.
Spill the coffee all over your white shirt, and you're like,
only a white shirt.
The day is ruined. The day is out. And so like it just, and then you notice like from there, everything gets off kilter. Nothing seems to be going your way. And you know what? If you had a halftime adjustment, if you had a routine of saying, listen, at the midday, I stop. I reevaluate what went well and what needs to be improved about the first half of the day. I might reinstall a midday routine and then go back and still try to win the second half of the game. Listen,
time is a man-made construct. Who says that your day starts at 8 a.m.
So, but we always talk, we use these sports analogies, but listen, sometimes in sports, sometimes you get down 20 points, 25, 30 points, especially if you're, the Dallas Mavericks, James Taylor's team there, they got into the NBA finals and they did well up to that point. But then after that, they couldn't seem to even be within sniffing distance of the Celtics. But sometimes you just tell yourself like, hey man, we may lose this game, but let's not lose by 25. Let's lose by 10, right? Or let's lose by, a lot of times the goal is less than double digits. So let's get it to 9 or less. And I think that sometimes you might feel like, listen, the day's not going well. It's not like all of a sudden I'm going to close 6 clients in the back half of the day, because it's just, I don't have that momentum. But let me try and find a couple of wins on the back half of the day. Well, what about if we looked at it as a year? A lot of you began January 1st and you had lofty goals and you had all these ideas of how things were going to go. And most people stop looking at their goals, frankly, because they don't want to look at them anymore because they're not that close to them. And so really, you're just going to ride the last 2 quarters of the year and you're going to be just thrown wherever the wave takes you. And so we always invite all of our Black Diamond Club members to have a reset. What saddens me is that all of the vision boards and all of the goal setting that happens in December, why don't we see that proliferation here now at the end of June? Why isn't there everybody putting on vision board parties and putting on workshops? Where are all the entrepreneur gurus allowing you and teaching you how to reset, how to halftime adjust, how to get back on track? Maybe you are down 40 points, but let's not lose the year down 60. Let's try and close that gap down. Maybe we lose the year down 10. Maybe revenue's down, but let's not double down on the lost revenue. Maybe we don't get the whole revenue back, but let's close that gap. Let's create a plan so that we get there. Where is that? So many of us just forget about halftime. And I got to tell you, the world's greatest coaches, what makes them so great is they make the best adjustments at halftime. That's how teams that, are down a little bit, remember that national title game where Saban benched the starting quarterback, went with Tua Tagovailoa, comes out, benches Jalen Hurts, who plays for the Eagles, comes out with Tua. People are like, what are you doing in the middle of the national championship game? You're going to switch the quarterback. Tua goes on fire. Holy smokes, they win the national championship. You're not out of it. But you know what you are is you're not keeping score, or you're down like Alabama was, and you're
not
too afraid
adjusting.
to make an adjustment.
You're too afraid to make an adjustment.
That's the whole point of halftime adjustments.
Make your adjustments, people. I love it. Good
Okay.
rant. All
There you
right.
go.
Now we can draw names. Nobody has any questions.
No questions tonight.
That was
They
a good.
want to
That was a
know.
good. We talked about culture and
The
we talked about
people
halftime
wanna
adjustments.
know
I think that's
who
good.
won.
They are here to win. The people are here to win.
James Taylor wants to see more fake names.
Yes, he does.
Well, we have a very small group on today because we're talking
60.
about halftime adjustments. And so your odds are high.
Yes.
The digital canasta is stacked. We're drawing 6 names, but there's only 56 people here. You know who's not here? Cassidy Bones, Ryan Bones, not here. I mean, there's a lot of people not here. But somebody's got to tell my man Griffin, who just joined Black Diamond Club, we're giving away $600. His name's in there. I'm going to text him right now.
Well, Josh is ready. Josh is ready. Ready, Josh. Pull the lever, press the button. Let's get the digital canasta rolling. Ooh, are you seeing the names that are going by? Oh my gosh.
What is this?
Okay.
What is that?
Okay, I call foul. I don't know. What do I call? You won. Vroom.
And this is a lesson, because we come across this all the time. People don't know how to put their names in correctly when they sign up for things.
See, any RMs in the house? Any RMs? Okay, it's not fake though. Josh is making a good point.
Making a very good point.
The reality of it is that people come in and they will put RM just as initials when they sign up for a trial, and then they roll into paying and they forget that that's what they put in there, right? Hey, RM.
John is asking, how do I sign up? Listen, if you are in Black Diamond Club group coaching, or you are in Book Yourself Solid group coaching, either one of those, if you're in either one of those, you're already in. There's 1,000 names in the canasta. But this is absolutely true. We're not going to count that. Okay, I'm not going to count it, but this is absolutely true. Sometimes Yahoos, they're trying to be smart, and they're like, I'm not giving my real name. I'm not putting my real email. I'm not gonna like this club.
You know how many
people? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that happens too. And we're so nice. We're so nice, but okay.
All right, RM, if you're out there, message our team and say,
hey, dude.
Hey, man, that was me.
We won't call you out.
We won't call you out. We're just going to get your name in there, because you could have won $600.
Yeah, the digital canasta just pulls the roster from both of those membership groups and spins them out there. So.
All right, room. All right,
here
Josh.
We go. Name number 1.
Name number 1. Here we go. We're trying it again. I think I said Julie Bronze. Oh,
there it is.
On.
Winner, Matt Musgrave.
Matt's
if you left,
always on here.
If you left, honestly, shame on you, Matt.
Matt is real.
Come on, you got 20 seconds.
Matt lives in.
There he is. There he is.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Matt Musgrave is always
Matt
here. Matt's down the street. Yes. You know what I love about Matt? Matt shows up to the group coaching on when we have group coaching. Matt is always there. Matt is always asking questions.
He is.
He's always first on. And this is why this pays off. Listen, for every one of you, every 4th week, on the 4th week of the month, Lacey and I go live in Book Yourself Solid, and we go live in Black Diamond Club. Listen, right here, because we have a mix. Book Yourself Solid peeps. Help these Black Diamond guys. Like, they think they got it made. They don't have a lot of questions. Book Yourself Solid shows out. When we do Book Yourself Solid group coaching, they line up. We get a full hour, sometimes more, of questions. When we go in Black Diamond Club, we get 2 questions. And I'm like, man, what Black Diamond Club's got all these people, but you don't have questions? We're putting ourselves out for you to ask
any question
ask us
you
any
want.
question
We can
to
help you develop sales,
business
marketing
along.
strategies in your business, help you break through limiting beliefs. We can do it all on our group coaching live on the 4th week of every single month. So
John has a question before you run. If I'm posting content daily, what is a good ask cadence? Listen, I got to tell you what I find interesting. I just hear this over and over. I'm just repeating it. Don't get mad at me, but also don't think that I'm taking credit for it. All the guys that are dominating on social media, 3 to 5 posts a day. That's what they're saying. Right. That's the current. You've got to post 3 to 5 pieces of content, 3 to 5 posts per day. So if you're posting daily, that's great, but I'm just telling you 3 to 5 per day. And then I'm going to say, we like the 80-20 rule. So, 80% is going to be non-CTA, and then you can then throw in, that would be, your every 5th post could be a CTA.
Well, he's asking about ask cadence, though. So I think what he means is call to action, if I understand correctly. And so one of the things that I teach often is the call to action catalog. Call to action comes in many different forms. An ask doesn't need to be a hard sales ask, right? And a lot of people think when I make an ask, it has to be like, hey, can you sign up for my 15-minute consultation, or sign up for my offer, or whatever it is. Sometimes an ask is just share this post, like this post, comment below. Those are all asks as well. So I would say that you always want to have an ask. And most of the time it's small, it's insignificant, it doesn't feel hardcore salesy, but people always want an action or something to do, right? Like that's what influencers do all the time. They're like, hey, DM if you want to know what my green dress is, green dress, or click the link to, see my outfit details. Those are all asks. So John, I would just say you can ask every time you post, but just make sure that you're mixing up those asks and that they're not always a sales ask.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Any other questions? That I would be upset if I got off and somebody else had questions. I'm just excited that Matt won tonight. Like, I love that. I love that people come on and they win. Support another collaboration partner. That's also good too. And you were thinking more of a sales ask cadence. Okay. So sales ask cadence, depends on what you're selling.
That's what I just said. Every 5th.
Every 5th.
80-20 rule.
There you go.
20%.
Every 5th one, every 5th big post, make a sales ask. Probably could do the same for emails.
Yeah.
Same cadence for emails.
We can get a little more.
Yeah.
We can go a little more frequently on emails.
Yep.
But yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. That was a fun show. I hope you got some
Good to
things
see you,
out
Carrie.
of
Get your
halftime adjustments.
Abundance and Overflow tickets.
Yes.
If you're like, I always mean to register. Register right now. Get your tickets. I was talking today to the fine folks over at Northeast Sequoia. We just saw Mark here last Thursday. Mark Murphy, Lucas Murphy, they're coming to town. As I mentioned, Landon Derrickson, he's not only playing in the Shank Dilly Cup, he's going to be at the event the whole time.
Yep.
We've got Claudio Gambin. We've got Tyler McBroom. Tyler is, you see him on business, what is that called? The Tony Robbins business group. If you're a part of that, if you're a part of Tony Robbins business group, you see Tyler on stage all the time, and it's a big stage, and you got little teeny Tyler, and there's thousands of people in there. You can see him in our event live, up close, personal. Ask him questions. We're going to have all kinds of cool resources available for all of our attendees, and I'm telling you, each one of our guest speakers, each one of them individually will make you back your entire investment if you apply the strategies that they're going to be teaching. This isn't just, banging drums and, lighting stuff on fire and hoping that you get rich. We're going to give you practical, actionable strategies that are going to help you to save money on taxes. They're going to help you to maximize your investments, to help you to understand how money works. That's going to translate into your business so that you'll be able to bring in more revenue. Everything that has to do with your abundance and putting you into a state of overflow, we've got you covered, but you've got to get yourself covered in the sense that you got to get tickets, you got to show up.
All right, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Sean and Lacey Live.